Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 19. What is it now? Week 9, day 7. So today, of course, we're going into the final week of the current campaign. Actually, I still haven't bought the pass yet. I need to go do that before tomorrow. So we can go over the Mythic tomorrow night and mess with that and everything. And of course get the pet and everything else for completionist sake. But mostly just go over the Mythic. We'll probably cover a video for it this Friday. Very similar to things like Draculus and such. Anyways, for now, let's go over all of the weekly spoilers. Actually, I don't think I have them open at the moment. Let's see, this is last week's event. I need this week's event. Bad to the bone. So, official post. What do we have? We have ourselves Bad to the Bone event, which we get the Drowned Wanderer, which means we have our Merlantis event week. A pretty high mana cost. Are you going to do something good for once? He deals some damage to an enemy and then creates 2 blue gems boosted by undead allies at a boost ratio that doesn't say. Wonderful. At a boost ratio of a solo Draco. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Bill. Hello, Chad. Hello, everyone else too. Hello, yeah. Hello, Mark. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, where are we? I'm trying to find this guy's boost ratio. Oh, this is the Pathfinder. Oh, duh. Wait. Never mind, we already know what that would do. I didn't realize that was the Pathfinder until I read that. But yeah, deals some damage to an enemy and then creates... Gosh, that's way too high of a mana cost for the Pathfinders. How have they not lowered it? I know they become lower with shininess, but still... It's still way too high. But yeah, this is the standard Pathfinder troop. It is simply for blue undead. That means we have to use blue undead for the event. Ew. The 50% mana start troop does have blue, I'm pretty sure. Was it yellow purple? Let me double check. What's it called? I actually forget its name. Undead. Was it yellow purple or yellow blue? Actually, it's from Golvania. Let me just do it that way. Golvania. I actually completely forget this thing's color. Gosh, I can't find anything unless I put in base rarity. There we go. Still can't find it. There it is. What? Oh no! Oh no! They're doing an undead event week without the 50% mana start for undead. That's not good. That's horrible. That is horrible, horrible. That is horrible, horrible, horrible. But yeah, it's gonna be blue undead. And this is undead, but not blue. So we're not going to have 50% mana start to undeads for the undead event week. Very unfortunate. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Anyways, another news. What's the other troop? This one's available for glory. Submerge itself and then death marks 2 random enemies. It's okay. Nothing particularly special there. Next we have the weapon, which is deal some damage to an enemy boosted by blue allies and undead allies, which is also useless, even in the context of the game mode. Also, now available in chests are a billion things. What are all these? The Tynelong, the Una, the Amatil, and Commander Dawnheart will be available as possible drops from Glory Gem Guild and VIP chests at correct levels for their rarity after reset. Were these not in drop table already? Oh, Tyann. Let's see. Were they not? What are these ones that they were... Why is there so many things with Una in it? Where did these come from? I'm confused now. Wait. Why were these not already in drop table? I'm very confused. Oh, was this last month's... Wait, has it been that long? Were these last month's campaign? Were these all last month's campaign thingy? I think they are. Because this is what gave it away. Oh, the first two were holiday, the other two were campaign. Okay, that makes sense. Because as soon as I saw the campaign troop, it's really noticeable. I didn't realize the other two were holiday. Interesting. And then Commander Dawnheart. Should also be Whitehelm then. Oh, yeah, this was from... Okay. Were they not already in drop table, though? I thought these were in drop table for, like, months now. Huh. That does make sense. I only have one copy of them. Otherwise, we would have more by now. Yeah, I thought he's been in the drop table. Alright, interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize a lot of those were in drop table already. That's basically last campaign stuff, as well as last, like, Whitehelm Kingdom Pass, which was, like, what, early this year, right? Well, last campaign was last campaign, so that was, like, 10 weeks ago, but you know what I mean. The other one was from earlier this year, was it not? The Dawnheart guy? Because that was around the time of Whitehelm rework, and that was, like, what, January, February? Yeah, he was from the Whitehelm Kingdom Pass, but that was, like, ages ago. We're talking, like, half a year ago. Am I going crazy? Was that just, like, a month or two ago? I'm pretty sure that was earlier this year, was it not? Huh. Yeah, I don't understand why a lot of those weren't. But yeah, they're all in drop table now, those four. Nothing particularly relevant there. But if you're still missing them, they are indeed in drop table starting Monday at weekly reset time. Anyways, in other news, other things we have going on this week, might as well read it from the calendar because I don't think it's actually changed any. We have a journey event for Blue Undead, which is a very unfortunate combination as we cannot 50% mana start it. We have a Merlantis event week, as we mentioned, Sea of Sorrow on Tuesday. I believe that's where you get Writhing Staff, if I'm not mistaken. Which is probably the most relevant thing about that. If you don't have the Writhing Staff weapon, it's one of the few good skull weapons that you end up getting throughout the game. And you can only get it this Tuesday. It'll be the only time it'll be available for like the next half a year to a year. Obviously, there's a lot of other skull alternatives these days. However, there are two things that's pretty good about it. It drains 3 mana from the first enemy. But more importantly, it entangles the first enemy, right? Doesn't it? Where is it? Oh, yeah, duh. Sorry, it's not under there. It's over here. But yeah, it drains 3 mana from the first enemy and entangles the first enemy. The entangle is specifically on the ability itself, not on the extra effect. So it creates a little bit of skulls, not that lot, but it does some scatter damage, which gets rid of barrier. It creates an okay amount of skulls and entangles the first enemy, also mana draining the first enemy. Not too bad. Not the greatest weapon out there, but find some utility cases. Obviously, there's a lot more ways to do skulls these days compared to when this was added, but it's still a pretty solid faction weapon and still among one of the top 5 faction weapons in the game. You'll be able to get that only this Tuesday. Which we will not be streaming that night. So I'll re-remind, I guess, Monday night. But we will not be streaming. That'll be the first day of us not doing a Gems of War stream in like 8 years. Not counting, you know, when we deliberately didn't. Well, you know, like holidays and sick. Anyways, Wednesday, Merlantis Pet. Thursday, Merlantis Hero Class. It's somewhat like Frost Mage, but given that we just had a Frost Mage event, you know, just use Frost Mage. It's better in most situations. Unless you're building like a pure Merlantis team. And then Friday, we have Bounty Hunter. I'm not sure if the new Bounty Hunter troop's any good. Let's go take a peek at it. So this is the new Bounty Hunter troop. If I can open this in new tab. That's not it. That's the visual. Open in new tab. Alright, so this guy. We got ourselves the Foxglove. Wait, this is the legend. Open the wrong one. Let's see. Wait. Oh, yeah, the Fox event's starting next week. Oh, yeah, we also have to start the Fox event next week, apparently. Wait, is that starting a week early? I thought it was supposed to be the week after next week. Wait, that means it should show in game. Hold. Was a tribute trade. Oh! We just pulled a 37 tribute. Isn't that one off from Max? We had that happen before too, but it was off stream. But I think that's the first time we've gotten that on stream. It's not Max, but it's one off. It's got a 37 tribute. That's our, I believe, second or third time it's ever happened. I haven't gotten the 38 yet. The Max. But we just pulled a 37 because we got 36 keys. So close. Come on, we will eventually pull that 38. The max tribute pull. Yeah, that's our second or third time, but that's, I think this is the first recorded time I've ever gotten it. Yeah, there we go. I clicked it kind of quick, but that was a 37 tribute. Nice. Anyways, what was I looking for? I'm trying to find a Bounty Hunter trip that's coming out this Friday. There it is. Oh, I want to do it in new tab. Oh, we got a bird. We got the bud. We got the Sparrow Knight. Rare Suncrash Strix Knight. As far as what it does, is 11 mana, costs red yellow, destroys a column, deals magic plus 3 damage to a random enemy, boosted by yellow gems destroyed at a 1/1, then conjure Lightstorm, aka you're never going to use this thing. Does have armored and some piercing, but no, it's not worth it. You have to use it this week, but after this week, you are probably never going to use it again. Be another bird for the pile. Interesting. Alright, Next. So what's this? Okay, so this is a legend that we're getting from the Fox event that we have going on. Choose one. Either converts blue gems to green, and oh yeah, this was the double converter of its kind. Now this is really interesting. We actually talked about this a little bit the other week when we ended up peeking at this. This is the first double converter. Technically meaning it is a 4 convert troop. It theoretically only does 2, but you have a choice of which 2 it does, so you have to check 4 alignments anytime you want to do this guy, which is annoying, but very strong. But yeah, he converts blue to green and red to skull, or it can convert brown to green and purple to skull. So you have 4 different potential converts, of which it will do 2 of them. So that's 4 that you have to check every time before you want to do it, and even if one has it, you still want to check the other one to see if it's better value. This thing is going to be so annoying and so slow to use. However, it has potential to be pretty good. It's in the category of it'll be really good but slow to use, so it generally will almost never get used. Which is problematic, but I don't know. It's an interesting angle for sure. And I do like its ability. I just can't really see much of a use case where it is worth using for how much better it'll be relative to how much slower it is. Also, it gets to create an Entangle gem when its turn begins, which can somewhat backfire, because if you don't have immune to Entangle in your first slot, you could be entangled by your own gem. Though, of course, it itself does have immune to Entangle, but it itself also doesn't really have much helping it with skulls. Obviously, it has a convert, but, you know, the only other thing it has is some skull dodge, compared to having, like, a triple damage troop there or something similar. Will generally outpace having this thing, but that triple damage thing or whatever else you have there might not have immune to Entangle. Though, with that being said, you know who this actually has really good synergy with? Where's that his name? Because he fixes every issue. He gets the synergy for Entangle. He also has the gosh, what's that guy called? Is it just called Tangleroot? Tangleroot? No, what's his name? Entangled enemies. This one, Tanglebum. Or Tanabum, however you say this guy. So this guy not only has Impervious, so he will not be entangled, he also has Skull Reduction, which is really good for tanking. But he also gets to deal triple damage when an enemy is entangled. So I can see this having some really solid synergy with this guy. Unfortunately, not from the same kingdom. Though I believe they're both elemental, right? Yes, they are both elemental. So under an elemental restriction, you can run both Foxglove and the Tangle Bomb guy. So that'll probably be one of the first teams that we end up doing with them, because that actually seems pretty solid. It's one of the few synergies that's could actually be really, really optimal for this guy. Yeah, we'll have to mess around with it and see. Yeah, some kind of Foxglove team where you primarily build around Foxglove into Tanabomb. Has a lot of potential to be good. But we'll mess with that tomorrow. Because apparently, yeah, the Fox event's starting tomorrow. I could have sworn that was the week after next week, but apparently it's tomorrow. Yeah, 6 hours, 38 minutes. Start of the Fox event. Anyways, what else do we have going on this week? So the start of the Fox event, we mentioned that. Bounty Hunter, we went over that. Okay, I guess that's everything then. Yeah, that's everything we have going on. We got Fox event, Bounty Hunter on Friday, and a good skull weapon only available on Tuesday. And the rest is pretty standard event week stuff. Anyways, hello everyone else who's come in since we did that. Hello, Cynical. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Dragor. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Jets. Hello, Lester. Gosh, there's a lot of hellos. Why did everyone start talking as soon as I went to the thing? We had like 4 people here earlier, and now everyone's here. Hello, Contenda. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Chad. Hello, Jets. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Lester. Hello, Mark. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Dragor. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cynical. Let's see. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, I think that's everyone. Welcome. Isn't there a weapon called Foxglove 2? Yes, we will be getting a new... No, wait, no. Only a pet. Wait, is there a weapon called Foxglove? We're not getting a new one called that, but, oh, there is. Yeah, Foxglove. Choose one. Convert all green gems to a chosen color, or explode a gem and create 10 green gem. Eh. Not the greatest. Doesn't feed back into itself. But the other Foxglove is going to be good, but yeah, that is going to get confusing. There's now a weapon and a troop called Foxglove. That's kind of funny. But we also got a pet to go with the thingy. I can show it real quick. Here's a new pet that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Though we're probably not going to get it till like next weekend. What am I looking for? Somewhere's here. What am I looking for? Loading, loading, loading. Brain function. There we go. Oh, what? Why did you grab it? I'm trying to click on the thing. There we go. There's the new Foxglove. Here's the normal version of it for the pet. And here is the golden version. It's one of the few times I actually like the golden version quite a bit more. I feel like this has enough detail. Really flowery, though. Hey, we still have International Dog Day pet coming up. Gosh, we're getting 1 billion pets this month. That's 4 new pets so far this month. This is the 5th one I'm not aware of. That's 4 pets in a single month. Oh, so what's a C20 pet? What is this? C20 campaign. Oh, that's the campaign pet for the next thingy. For when next campaign starts. Because, yeah, that's right around the corner, isn't it? Anyways, because this campaign's ending next week. So, in other news, we gotta go finish out the Vault event. We gotta open at least, like, what, 4 or 5 Paloozas? Also, I did a lot better on Versus today. But our number is still way down because I somehow got 0 for the exact same amount of time. I basically farmed the exact same amount of time on Friday, yesterday, and today. On Friday, I got about 5 verses. Today, I got about 5 verses. And yesterday, we got 0! We went like at least 5 times over drop rate. I'm not sure what happened yesterday. Because for the exact same amount of time, we got 0 compared to 2 days in a row where we got 5. Or not in a row, but you know, around it. Which otherwise would put us at a really good position for versus, but now we're actually down a bit compared to where we should be, just because yesterday's farming was so bad. Anyways. Alright, so, what do we need to go do? Or should we even start? I guess we clear out dailies. We're actually got a lot in Underspire done. Oh, can we get top 3 2 days in a row? Please. Oh, so close. So close. No. Oh, what a weird layout. Alright, let's clear this real quick. Not with that team. This is the Dust Devil team, of course. Alright, let's go get a Stellaryx build. Which one? We'll run normal Stellaryx one. So, will I be streaming Tuesday when there is a patch? Yes. You thought Tribute is always kingdoms that hit it -1 for gems? Yes. So a 37 Tribute is 36 gems. So the max currently would be 37 gems. Wait, is that what I got? Or was it 36? Does anyone recall what we just got? I could have sworn it was 36. Which would be 37. Did we actually max roll? Wait, no, now I don't remember what I just saw earlier. But no, 37 gems with a 38 roll is the highest you can get. So if we got 37, that's max. But I'm pretty sure it was 36. Which means we got a 37 Tribute. Check the footage. Yeah, 37's max. But it's a 38 Tribute when it occurs. Because it's all 38 kingdoms. But the gem number is always 1 lower than the Tribute number. So the max Tribute you can ever get is a 38, which is 37 gems. No, I think it was 1 off of max Tribute. Unless it was 37. I could have sworn it was just 36. But if it was 37, yeah, that's the max Tribute roll. Which would be our first time ever if we got it. But I think it was 1 off, though. Which would be like the 2nd or 3rd time that's happened. No, the first one on stream that has happened. So next stream is Tuesday? No, next stream is tomorrow. I changed on my thingy, and I'll be covering it on Tuesday. But streams on this channel will be on Sundays, Mondays, so it doesn't affect these next 2 days, and Fridays. So basically the days that everything happened. Sunday, we go over all the weekly spoilers, finish up whatever we need to for the week. Monday, we go over all the teams for the week, and, you know, just mess with everything, grind as much as we can, go from there. And then Fridays are obviously whatever the Friday event is. For example, this Friday will be Bounty Hunter pretty much the whole stream, as we have a Bounty Hunter event. And there will be no streams in between those days then. The main exceptions to that is if they do something, most notably Tuesday patches. So if we find out there's going to be a patch on Tuesday, then yeah, of course we'll stream it. And of course, if there's enough content in a given patch, we might stream more as well. Like maybe that Wednesday or even that Thursday after we might. Let's see. You got... Wait, I got max? Let me double check. Wait. Did I really get max? Wait. I gotta re-see this. Did we actually legitimately just get max? That's actually insane if so. Where is it? When did I take tribute? It's hard to find. It's like buried. It also was taken like absurdly quickly. I like mash clicked on it. Alright, tribute wasn't taken yet. Tribute wasn't taken yet. When did I take tribute? Was tribute ready yet? Gosh, I'm struggling to find where this tribute is. I'm almost caught up to current time. Alright, when did I take tribute? When on earth did I take tribute? Wait, I want to see this if it actually happened. Wait, I must see. Does anyone know what timestamp it happened? But then again, when we're streaming, the timestamps are kind of weirder. Wait, when on earth did it happen? I must see this. Wait. Oh, wait, there it is. I took tribute. No, tribute was already taken by then. The problem is I'm not sure if it loaded in or if I already had it before the stream. Yeah, I got 36. Okay, that's what I thought. It was one off. Okay. So exactly what I thought it was. Okay. I still haven't found it, by the way. It's like buried in there. It's easier to find after the fact. But during the stream, it like keeps moving the time bar thing, which is kind of annoying. Because obviously we're still adding more to it by the second. But anyways, yeah, it was one off. So that's, I believe, the third time that has happened. Every other time that has happened has been off stream, but that's the first one on stream. So that's still pretty cool. Now we have proof. Let's see. All right, we're good to go here. All dailies already done there. Grab our handful of gems. Yeah, going forward, Sunday, honestly, Sunday, Monday, and Friday streams are basically the same. Just they're going to be longer normally when we do them. The only real difference with our Gems of War schedule is we just won't be streaming on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Those 4 days just won't have a stream. Wednesdays and Saturdays were already kind of dead anyways. The only difference with not streaming on Tuesday and Thursday is I just won't be doing the event on those days. So that's 25 less gems on Thursdays and not getting the extra little bit of loot on faction for Tuesdays. But honestly, those don't really matter too much. Like we can easily live without them. But yeah, someday we will eventually get the max tribute. But yeah, that's another one-off. Though, realistically, that's as close as we're going to get. You know how hard it is to roll actual max? It is, like, lottery-winning rare. Like, it actually makes sense because we're almost on drop rate. It's about 3 times rarer. Like, 3 to 4 times rarer to get a max tribute than it is to get a one-off tribute. And that's our 3rd time we've gotten a one-off tribute. So the next time, it should be a max. If we go on drop rate. Oh, do I need to do any raids? No, we're already done with raids. Good job, guild. Alright. We did that. Any other things we need to wrap up? There's something huge in Underspire we need to go do, so let's go do that. So I finished out all the rooms, but I didn't do the dead end room, so I figured I'd save those for the stream. And I found a mythic dead end room. So let's hope that this is something. We're hoping for Lantern, or we're hoping for, you know, the troop. The Guardian troop. Either Lantern or Guardian troop are the 2 things we're really looking for from this thing. And hopefully we'll get lucky on one or the other. – 3 to 4% drop. Is that what it is with the thing? I know it gets slightly higher per rarity. It's not that big of a difference because I think the lowest one's like a 1.5 or something. Like, it makes a difference, but not too much of a difference. So where's all my mana? Why is everything here so bad for mana? Yeah, we'll double cast this. Unfortunately, this is the deep area. We're going to try to do all the other areas that aren't as deep after this one. We're just taking this one because we already had it scouted before the stream even started. Oh no, Supernova! I hope everything works out. Yeah, we'll still be around if you ever do come back. For Gems of War and otherwise. But all good. Yeah, the Guardians are absurdly low drop rate. It's one of those things that they made slightly too low, and I wish they would change. Oh, 5 diamonds, no. That's not the worst drop, but from that kind of chest, that's not ideal. Unfortunate. Alright, let's start going through everywhere. We're just gonna go on a dead end spree. You jinxed it? Oh, did you actually say 5 diamonds? You got 5 diamonds once? What a bummer. What have you done, Jets? You talked it into existence. Yeah, like 5 diamonds isn't bad, but compared to what it can give you, it's horrible. .6% to about 4.8. Oh, does it go that high? Interesting. I always thought it was like 1.5 to 4.5. I always thought it moved by 0.5s. But apparently it moves by 0.6s. Which is such a weird number to choose. But yeah, it moves up by 0.6 each time. With a base value of 1. So common is 1.6, then 2.2, and then, you know, so on and so forth. But it's a base of 1% plus 0.6% per rarity. And Arania. Oh, was that based on player reporting, or was it actually data mined? Because I've heard a couple different numbers. I guess one of them was the data mine number, and the other one was the community number. Oh, did he just ruin my alignment? No, he didn't. Perfect. Alright, we found Merchant, but we found a dead end room, so it all works out. Nice. It's gonna be a long time before I stop going for dead end chests. Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting thing. I guess you would kind of play it quite a bit differently once you finally have all the dead end chests, wouldn't you? Almost no one in the game does. But, yeah, the way that you would tackle these would actually be quite a bit different. Because, of course, you would then want to minimize how many dead ends you get. Which to some degree you still kind of want to do, but then you go back for them afterwards. Because almost no one has all Guardians. You'd have to be really lucky to have all Guardians. Even if you've been doing the daily every single day to the max amount, it's still possible to only have like 4 or 5. We've been doing like 90% of them every day or every week. And we only have 4 out of 5. I mean, 4 out of 6. Also, I was actually mentioning this guy wrong. He actually fairy fires and freezes every blue. I think at one point this week, I think even during the video, I mentioned he does it whenever you get an extra turn. Which actually only whenever you take blue. Oh no, a single torch. I don't really need more torches. But you have almost too many torches for once. Wow, did we get like a perfect in zone 1? Why is there so much area here? Yeah, it was almost a perfect. Alright, let's go this way. You figured out how to save icons? Open burning chests after the new season. But you figured out how to save icons. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hey, that reminds me, we need to go spend all of our gems to go get all those emoji thingies again. I always like getting them all for completionist sake. Oh, I know what you mean by that now. Oh, true. That's actually kind of interesting. I understand exactly what you mean now. Yeah, if you save all your burning marks and then open them after, you will get 100% of the value for the thing. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought about that. Mostly because my initial intention with them was like, oh, I need to open them now so we can go get the value from them now. So we can get all of them upgraded. Mostly because I wanted to try getting them all to level 7. But yeah, you can just hold all of them. All the burning marks, that is. And then get 100% of the value into the following season. For the icons. Because otherwise you only get 10%. Which means I probably should use the rest of my icons I have. I've still got a ways to go until we use them all. So can we please stop getting torches? But, what was I going with this? What was I mentioning? Burning chests. But, yeah, I have 2 icons right now, so I'll probably just use it to snipe a position. Which reminds me, we might need to do a little bit of PvP today. Well, aside from the dailies. I need to see that we're not bottom cut. I'm not sure why, but my bracket, for once, was really try-hard. And, we were actually almost in the, like, go-down category for our bracket somehow. I'll just, like, still be there. We are! Wait, what? No way! Yeah, we gotta get, like, 3,000 PvP points. That's insane. We've never been this low. And it's not even that our number is that much lower this week. It's just everyone else in my category is that much higher. Oh, we even have a 0. Why aren't they all at this 0 number? But yeah, we need like 3,000 more to not be bottom cut. It doesn't really matter too much. It just affects like some of your silver mark gains and stuff like that. But I don't know, I still want to stay in it. But yeah, we gotta go get like 3,000 PvP points today. Luckily, doing the dailies alone will give us like 2,000, so it's not that big a deal. And we just have to grind a little bit extra. Anyways, other thing. We did that. What was the other thing I was looking for? Oh yeah, finish out Underspire. Yeah, 15 torches left, or even more if they keep giving it to us. Because gosh, we've been getting a lot of them. Oh, he left us with alignment? Double alignment? Even gave us extra alignment? It's lacking in every part of the game. Hey, our number is almost the exact same it's always been. It's just everyone else in our bracket right now is doing more for some reason. So we're not doing less. Everyone else is just doing more. Which makes it look like we're doing less. So I'm not sure why I'm getting all this mana to try to fairy fire them when we already have win condition. Come on, something good? No! Stop giving me torches! We're on a torch spree. I'm about to full scout this place. Yeah, you do have to do PvP a lot more in the current system. There's one pretty bad thing about it. You definitely have to do it way more than you would naturally have done it before. You have to do roughly like 3 to 4 times more PvP. Probably closer to 4 times. Especially if you're in Dark Alliance to go get those gold mark battles. Which reminds me, we need to go do that today. For Central. You get over 100k PvP points on Thursday? Nice. Yeah, our main day for grinding it will probably be Fridays going forward. Especially on Fridays where we don't have another event going on. Like this Friday, obviously we have Bounty Hunter, so it'll be more Bounty Hunter focused. But let's say it's like an arena event. We'll do like one arena and then like PvP spam the rest of the time. Going forward. Hopefully we'll just have a good location to do it on. Because that's the other problem with like trying to plan a day to do PvP on. Is you don't know if you're going to have a good Blood Frenzy location. Please stop giving us torches. It's like the 4th torch drop in a row. You're only allowed to keep giving us torches if you're then going to follow it with a new Guardian we don't have. No! He's got another torch drop. I'm pretty sure that's 4 or 5 in a row. I'm losing count. We're getting so many in a row. What is going on? We're on a torch spree. At this rate, if we keep getting torches, we're just going to full scout the whole place. We bought 150 every day except for today, which we bought a 50 for. Going forward, we're going to be doing the 50 a day method, though. Which I utilize when we're on vacation. I'm actually going to start utilizing it every week. It saves us a lot of sanity of not having to do the really annoying battles when the teams aren't as good on a given week. Though I might still go all the way on easier weeks. And it also saves about 700 gems. Like, it saves anywhere from 700 to 900 gems a week. And you still get the full scout 4 whole locations. You just don't get to do the second 2. Or the last 2, I mean. But otherwise, you're still full scouting 66% of the delve. Or the underspare, I should say. Typing VP to chat access. Or tying VP to chat access. Oh wait, did they actually do that? That's kind of funny. I don't normally even talk in Alliance. So I didn't really care about that, but I kind of forgot that's even a thing. Yeah, it is kind of strange. There's a lot of weird things that were done with Alliances. That to this day I don't quite understand why it was done. A lot of very clunky mechanics that just don't really do anything. That's our little Logic Slayer! Welcome, welcome. Wait, is it 130,000 VP? Is it really that high? I never realized that. Because I normally don't bother using the chat for Alliance. We also had 130k within like a day. Mostly because we were power grinding it. But that's absurdly high for something that gets reset every 11 weeks. Because the average person is not going to grind 130k in the first week. Did I watch any of the Olympics today? A very small amount. I actually didn't really bother much. It was a really nice day, so I was actually out most of the day. Ended up grilling some. Ate about half a dozen. Didn't eat them all, obviously. Only had 2 of them. But no, it's been like so gloomy the last like couple days because we had like a tropical storm go by from one of the hurricanes. So I was just getting outside some and relaxing. It was a really nice day compared to the last week. Still got the Gems of War grind on, though. Yeah, pretty much missed most of this Olympics. Your Gems of War had crossplay? Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that's only for PC Mobile. It's a nice feature that's been missing. They've tried doing it in the past, but they've had some things kind of prevent them from doing so. Not sure if they'll ever try again. But there were some factors in the past that prevented them from doing so. You're at 206,000 VP this week, even though you haven't played it since Thursday. Gosh, that's a lot. That's a power grind right there. I'm not even sure if my total is that high. Actually, yeah, I guess it is. What is our total at? I want to say it's almost like 250 right now, 240. Alright, what's with this double dead end of nothing? Okay, I kind of want to go over there. Unless there's like an already established double dead end somewhere. There it is. I'll take that one. Just making sure it's not in too deep of an area, though even if it was, it's probably still worth it. Alright, let me take this, and if we still have any other path, we'll go take it. Like that one earlier section. But this one should double dead end immediately. I'll to give us torches. If it actually legitimately gives us torch drop, particularly a double torch drop, we will 100% have enough to go and immediately full scout the place. Which we haven't done in a while. Normally I do just partial scout because it saves a lot of gems. But we're getting so many torches, this might actually be a full scout week. Oh, come on, epic variety one. And when you watch Olympic breakdancing? No, I didn't catch the breakdancing. I heard it was really funny, though. I also heard it's probably not coming back ever in the Olympics. Which I don't even understand how it got in to begin with. I'm more confused how it even got in. More so than it leaving. Really? That didn't kill? You have spell reduction, don't you? Wait, that didn't kill and you don't have spell reduction? What's going on? That's not allowed. We got nothing. Well, slightly better than nothing, but still pretty close. Alright, 3 torches left. Is there anywhere that is guaranteed to be a room? Let's see, full scouted. Full scouted. Not full scouted, but neither path is off the path. So not worth going for. Also checking to see if a place already has a merchant is good. Alright, full scouted, full scouted. Yeah, it looks like there's only, what, 2 paths left? Because there's a double path over here and a single over here. Actually, 2 singles over there. So I guess we'll just take this double path. There's a chance we won't be able to do anything with 3, but we'll give it a shot. If nothing else, I can go 1, 2, 3 and go straight up. That room is likely not to be a proper room, but it's our best chance with what we have. Plus, it's lower level range. You're able to get into Austin John's Discord and found people hosting the shiny Gimmighoul raid. End up getting 4 yesterday, but traded 2 to a friend. Ooh. Wait, do you have any other spares? Ooh. Are they still hosting it, or did it already end? Yeah, that'd be a cool little thingy to have. I would probably never use it, though. Because the chance that it has 0 attack is very unlikely. It'd still be cool to have for the shininess. I know, you gotta get your own. I don't know, I already have my 2 competitive min-max ones. I'm probably fine with just that. It's just gonna be annoying to get it shiny in the future. Is the only problem. I'd rather get it shiny through, like, a wild encounter, though. Like, when they add it to, like, Gen 10 Pokemon. You love yours? It got 2 attack? Nice. I'm not sure if people actually run Gimmighoul with 0 speed. I have no clue what the meta even is these days. I didn't bother watching the World Championship if they even had it yet. Not sure if they're doing that soon or if they already had it. Hey, 2 more torches. Well, you know what direction we're going. Actually, that's not true. Did we find the merchant in this area yet? Yes. Which means we are going this way. Oh, wait, I just realized. The only way that this can do it is if it's immediately 1. Because I only have 2 torches, not 3. You just found 2 verse 1s? Nice. Now, if only we could combine them into verse 2s. Actually, sorry, verse 3s. No, no. Should I peek at it? If this is something good, we'll take it. I will spend the 100 gems to scout 1 room. It's going to be the biggest waste of 100 gems ever, but we will go for it. If this is a dead-end room, we will take it. We will spend the extra gems. If it is not, then we'll go do the other things now. Let's see. Did we get anything here? Yep. Okay, we're done. That saved us 100 gems. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much full scouted. I think there's only 2 paths we didn't go down. That's like 95% scouting right there. Plus, I don't think we found merchant for this area, so one of these 2 is merchant. So really only one of these is a thing. So there's only 1 path we didn't scout. That's like a 98% scout right there. Alright, there we go. Well, underspire completed. Alright, next. We did that, we did that, we did that. Oh, don't need to do it. We did that. Thank you, guild. We did that. Alright, PvP's the last thing left. Only thing we should have to do is central, and I think 1 buff. No, I don't want to vote on the thingy. I'm trying to find the buff. How many do I have? Yeah, we need to do 1 buff. And then after the 1 buff, we'll go do, I guess, the Valhawk grind in Central. Which is perfect, because that's where we need to go for gold marks anyways. So we'll get 2 done at once. And then we'll go do a whole hour of Palooza. Maybe even slightly more. We might actually need 5. As long as we don't get too unlucky, 4 should be enough. But you never know. So that'll be a little over an hour Palooza. Oh yeah, we haven't handed out a single code yet. We'll hand out like 3 tonight. You know what I should have done? I should have done one when we got the amazing tribute earlier. I was kind of busy going over all the thingies. But yeah, we'll hand out another 2 codes on top of this. But there's the first one. I'll have another 2 a little bit later. I should have handed out the first one when we got the 37 tribute. Because those things are rare. There's 1 all from being a perfect tribute. Still have never gotten the all-elusive perfect tribute, though. And it technically only gets harder over time. Because even though some of the percents go up, the number of percents you have to roll simultaneously also keeps going up. Oh, also, as you guys may have seen, I'm not sure if you guys can see it on your end. Can you guys see that the channel is now called Tacit Gaming? It is the first step of many to rebrand everything. No, we're not really rebranding. Actually, I kind of am. I'm changing up a few things. Obviously, we'll have emotes soon, TM. We're going to have a new icon. I'm going to make a new logo thingy, as well as simplify the banner. I already know what I want to do for the logo. I just need to find the willpower to figure out how to do it with my very limited art skills. I know exactly what I want to do for. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to go buy that one program too to go do it on. Because I want to try this new program with it. Something called Affinity Illustrator, I believe it's called. It's basically like a pay-once Photoshop alternative. Or more so an Illustrator alternative, I should say. But I'm also getting their Photoshop program. I think their sale ends in like a few days. It's only like $80 or something for their whole suite. And from what I've seen, it's actually pretty good for the price. And it comes out to like $30 a program. The only 2 of them I'd really use though, the Illustrator one and the Photoshop alternative one. Alright, let's go do Central. We gotta do it 5 times for gold marks anyways. And then we'll keep going until we get all the Valhawks. So are you no longer a terror? Oh no, I'm keeping the tag as Tacit the Terror still for the channel. It's just the channel's going to be called Tacit Gaming. Because for whatever reason, someone already has the tag of Tacit Gaming on YouTube. I'm not sure who, though. Because when I type in Tacit Gaming, it doesn't just, like, bring up the channel. Oh, wait. Actually, there is a way to get there. Duh. What am I doing? Because it's a tag. Wait, let me go check something. Let me see if I can remember how to do this, though. Do you just do /Tacit Gaming, or do you just put your tag there? I forget how this works. No, that's not how that works. Alright, let me go try finding my version of it. Wait, we got this. Wait, how do I get there? I'm gonna find this. Let's see, if I go to my own channel, which I just spelled incorrectly, but it'll probably autocorrect. If I go to my own channel, it shows me this tag. Okay. So if I type in this, I can actually see who owns it then. If I do that. Let's see, I have found the channel. It has 4 subscribers and 15 videos. It's weird because their handle isn't even the other thing anymore. That's so weird. Also, they've only posted shorts. They got a penguin profile pic, which is cool, though. That's so weird, though, because their handle isn't even that anymore. That's weird. I'm confused. Does capitalizing it change it at all? No, it just assumes all lowercase. Interesting. Oh yeah, subscription models for programs are awful. It's why I bought CS5 for Photoshop and Illustrator and everything back like in 2013. So I got like 11 years of usage for $1,000, which is still pretty expensive. But if you break it down, it was like $100 a year. If you break down how much it is to subscribe to Adobe these days, it's like your life savings per year. No, it's not that expensive. But I think it's like several hundred a year or something. Like at least a couple hundred, if not like 200-300, somewhere around there. It's something absurd. I don't remember how much these days, but whatever the number is, it's way too high. Actually, let me check. I'm actually curious. How much is it to subscribe to Adobe these days? Cost of Adobe subscription. I just saw Photoshop is like $300. Is that per year, I would assume? Let's see. How overly expensive is it these days? 20 a month for just Photoshop. Or sorry, 23 a month for just Photoshop, 23 a month for just Illustrator. So let's just say it was just those two. So the suite that I got a while back has both of these and a few other things. But the other things I don't use as often. But let's say, hypothetically, we were paying for this the whole time. To get both of them, it'd be $46 a month. Let's say they do a discount and it's like $200 a year. So that's $400 a year for both of them. So that means over that year, that amount of time, it would have cost $4,800. And I paid only $1,000 for it because I bought the one-time payment CS5 version. So I saved about $4,000. Also, they do have an option for all of them for $60 apparently. So it'd still be cheaper to just get the 2 I need. But yeah. So I saved at bare minimum $4,000. So $1,000 sounds like a lot for it, but compared to what the alternative was at the time, it was way cheaper. I'm going to try these new programs. They're not quite the same as Illustrator and Photoshop, but for only $80, they're worth trying. That means I might need to go change up the iconic Gems of War logo too at some point. Or not logo, I mean the Gems of War thumbnail. Because I'm going to be importing it all into the new program, and I'm not sure how well it'll work in a new program. Like if it'll keep all the layers and everything. Shouldn't be that hard to rebuild it to look pretty similar though. Hello, Gustavo. Welcome, welcome. Hello, DM Smith. Does leveling a troop card that is a summon affect it when it is summoned? Yes. I want to say yes. I actually forget these days, but I want to say yes. I'm like 90% certain the answer is yes. I know for sure it affects the traits. But yeah, I believe having it ascended further does help it with its, how it gets summoned in. I believe it's level capped based on your ascension. So if it's rare, it'll come in at 16. If it's mythic, it'll come in at 20. Because it's capped by two things. The magic on the troop that's summoning it, and the ascension level that it's at. So if it is a rare troop that you have upgraded to mythic, it can come in at level 20 as long as the troop that's summoning it has at least 20 magic. But it goes on the lower number. So let's say that the troop that you have that's summoning it is like 18 magic. But the troop you're trying to summon is only currently a rare and hasn't been ascended further. It'll only come in at level 16, not 18. Because you haven't ascended it further. Yeah, that's how it works. And of course, if you have a traitor or not is also determined if it'll come summon in as such. Alright, I think we're done with PvP, though. I do need to technically just go do more. Am I about to use a 5,000 totem just to make sure we get over? I think I'm about to. That seems like such a waste. But I just don't feel like doing more PvP when we have so much more of the other thing to go grind. It's probably the biggest waste of a totem we've done, though in all fairness, but I guess we kind of wasted a lot on the very first week. We went crazy with it. But, yeah, let's go use one of the two. I was hoping to take one up for leaderboard, but... yeah, let's take one for this. It's not that big a deal. Alright, we just sniped the whole leaderboard. There we go. Alright, now we got all of our grind in without doing any grind. Gosh, we could still get, like, anti-snipe, though. There we go. Snipe, snipe. We still have one more to go snipe with later. Hopefully it'll be for actual leaderboard and not just maintaining our spot. Anyways, another news. We got 4 XP boosters, and we're going to have to throw about 4 Palooza, so let's start cracking at them. We're about an hour in and about to start Paloozaing. Alright, is there anything else we got to do, though, daily, weekly-wise? Let me just do one last rundown. Have we done truly every weekly so far? So let's go through. PvP, check. Leaderboard, check. PvP seasons, check. Immortals, there's nothing you do here. Chest, check. Alright, other menu. Adventure board, check, the only one that's useful. The XP booster, check. Technically we have 5 if we want to go use them. Campaign, check. I need to go buy it, though. Pet, I don't need it, check. Raid, been done for days, check. Underspire, literally just did it, check. Raid event, not raid event, dungeon, check. Also, games really need a checklist for every daily. Alright, let's go do stuff now. Timers, timering, check. Alright, let's go do Palooza. Let me just make sure I have the right team. One last thing to check. And then we'll be good to go. Alright, change Stellaryx team to the correct Ironhawk team. And yeah, let's start running some Palooza. We gotta run at least 4. We might have to run a 5th. Depends how RNG goes. Alright, let's get to it. Let's go through the first one of the stream. And stream doesn't end until we get 300 Volkies. Counting pity. Which, how much pity do we have right now? We are currently sitting at 31 pity, because I think I only have 4 XP boosters. I used all the other ones in between earlier. So we have 31 more than whatever the number says, which means we're at 215 right now. Which means we currently need, what? If we're at 215, I need 85. That's doable with 4 Paloozas, but it's a little sketchy with 4 Paloozas. That assumes we have to go average. We have to do average or better. If we get unlucky, 4 will not do it. Let's hope we don't get unlucky. Alright, let it begin. And that means I would have been missing the exact 5 that I didn't get yesterday. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we got really unlucky on Paloozas yesterday, so we're actually going to end the week at like 15 instead of 20 like I wanted to. But it's because yesterday, when I was verse farming, we somehow got 0. Despite doing the same amount of grind today and on Friday and getting 5 both times. The assumption would have been I also would have gotten 5 yesterday, but turns out they did not want to drop. Alright, well, that's a good way to start. Epic Volkey immediately. And we'll spend the rest of today Volt grind then. Here's some motivation. Your new account has the same amount as you right now. Oh gosh. Oh, your main's been slacking. Yeah, that's one thing that's been annoying when I did 2 accounts in the past. Because we've done new accounts a lot in the past. We haven't in the last like 5 or 6 years because the last time we did it was when the Switch version came out. Oh, no, wow, another Epic Volkey already. But one thing that always happened when we started an alt account was our main account would always start slacking. It's the main thing that always motivated me to kind of stop doing the alternative accounts. Is the main account would always fall so far behind compared to it. Because you can't really farm 2 Vault events simultaneously. Like, you can, but that is, like, mind-numbingly annoying. And there's just stuff like that that's just, like, not really doable on 2 at once. Too much multitasking. Oh no, sorry, Miss Insane Witch, I didn't see your other chat. No! I hope you have a wonderful night. Sorry, did I miss your other chat? What did you say? Oh, Did you ask a question or anything? Oh, you just finished up the stuff in Palia and you said bedtime earlier? Oh, okay. I didn't see that earlier. My bad. I'm really bad at seeing comments in chat. Like, my eyes go, like, straight to questions. You like new accounts playthrough in this game? Yeah, new accounts playthrough in pretty much every game is a lot of fun. I wish there was just an easier way to do it on Steam. It's easy to do if you do it on, like, a completely different platform. It's just really annoying doing, like, 2 or 3 different Steam accounts. Yeah, running an alt, there's just so many extra things you have to do. Because dailies run even longer in early game. Because you also have to do Underspire. You also have to be working on getting your hero classes upgraded. There's also some dailies that you would maybe skip that you definitely wouldn't want to on a newer player. Like Thursdays and Tuesdays. Which later in the game are very skippable events. But in early game, you need every single one you can get for the value. But yeah, I think the daily system per day for newer players is about 30 minutes extra per day. You don't have to do that forever, but you do have to do it for some amount of time. At least for the first few months, if not the first year. Which is probably one complaint newer players might have with the game these days. Is while I personally don't feel like the daily system's that bad, like later in the game. It's about like 50% longer in early game. How many more things you would want to do because they're a lot more valuable to you. With the main time sink being Underworld. Because you have to do your 3 Underworld paddles per day. Especially when you need to be going deeper into one. Like you're trying to push 500s. Those take a while when you're doing like mid-game stats, mid-game troops. It's not a particularly quick process. Like if you're just farming something at like level 20 or level 50 or something similar, that's pretty easy. But actually grinding all of your Underworld stuff to 500 takes quite a while. As those battles from 300 to 500 are obviously quite a bit higher stats. And even if you're using something like Tesla or Iron Guy or something similar, it's still not the quickest of things compared to most battles in the game. What's the Gems of War streaming schedule? It's going to be Sunday, Mondays, and Fridays. I'll be covering in a video this Tuesday. I also already updated on the channel. There's still like a billion other things I need to update on the channel. But yeah, Monday, Sundays, and Fridays. So basically every day where something big happens in Gems of War. And we'll do Tuesday streams whenever there's an update. So we're still streaming 3 to 7 days. We're still going to be streaming almost the same amount of time. Sunday streams in particular are going to be quite a bit longer than they normally would be. Like, the average Sunday stream going forward is going to be like 2-3-ish hours. Potentially even 4 for, like, really grinding. But probably around the 2 to 3 hour range. Like, Monday streams closer to 2. Friday streams probably an hour and a half. And Sunday streams from, like, 2 to 3 hours. So the total amount of time we stream per week is actually going to be almost pretty comparable to now. It's just going to be concentrated on 3 days rather than 7. It might not seem like much, but it's actually going to save me anywhere from like 12 to 15 hours a week. Despite still doing basically the same amount of content. Just the kingdoms with the 27 battles was annoying. Not like oh, yeah, having to do all the quest battles. Some of those are actually hard with new player accounts. Like, if you get really unlucky with your initial keys, it can actually be hard to do the quest rush. The easiest way to do it is once you get to Forest of Thorns, farm level 1 Explore until you get 3 guard tokens. And then just wipe every single area with Rowain. That's the best strat if you don't get lucky with your drops early on. Like, if you want to go max out all kingdoms, or, you know, do all quest lines within the first week, or something similar, or the first few weeks. Get Rowain from Forest of Thorns. Farm Explore 1 until you get 3 guard tokens, or medals. And then use that to wipe everywhere. Yeah, you gotta get a lot more creative with the kind of teams you build. You definitely use a lot of Mang. Use a lot of Mang, use a lot of Rowain, a lot of Leprechaun. Mang basically auto wins you the whole game, and you get it for free at around like level 200 something. You get it for like 23 brown red mastery, which you'd have about by like what, level 150ish if you go even on all. That weapon hard carries through the whole game once you have a barrier brown hero class. The problem is it's pretty slow in the current meta, but it basically never loses if you know what you're doing with it. Because it upscales to any piece of content, which is the nice part. Like, you can literally run just that with no team behind it in level 500 faction and still win. There are a few things that could technically kill you, of course. It's pretty consistent. I just realized, did I forget to use an EXP booster? Because I definitely meant to. Oh no. Why do I feel like I forgot to use one? I meant to do an EXP booster and a Palooza, but I think I just did a Palooza without the EXP booster. Whoops. Oh, well, I'll just grind it off stream. Oh wait, but I can't because if I claim all vault keys... Well, I guess I just won't click the claim all vault key button yet. But or we'll just do it at the end of this stream. Because I wanted to use up all my EXP boosters that are in my mail right now so I can click the claim all button on the vault keys. Otherwise we have to claim them one at a time, which is so annoying. At that point you might as well just use the booster if there's only one left. Oh yeah, that's true. You can get them from offers pretty cheaply. I forgot about that. You could buy guard metal for like 100 gems. Where does that offer come from again? I don't even remember. Oh, is that merchant? I think it's merchant. But yeah, Merchant has a guard medal for only 100 gems. Well, this is a different piece of content, but I'm pretty sure it was for Merchant. Which is not that bad at all. Even as a newer player, scrapping together 100 gems a few times isn't that hard. Just daily for a few days can pretty much do that. Final 2 minutes of this palooza. I'm gonna double check if I actually remember to use the XP booster. I feel like I forgot. Because I got distracted with needing to change the team and then forgot to actually click on the thingy. Which means at the end of all this, we'll probably need to go grind another 15 minutes. I could just do it off stream, but honestly, we might just do it on, we'll see. Because technically, we haven't done any verse farming on stream all weekend. Because normally we just save the streams for paloozas. I guess we could technically do another palooza, but I'll only do that for short. Otherwise, we'll throw it for some verse farming to make up for how bad we did yesterday. 15 minutes probably going to give us 0 verse 3s, though. At best, it will give us 1. A video in which summon troops are important to trait. I somewhat did that for the gold medaling video, because I believe gold medaling a troop also assists with the summon. For the most part, there aren't too many that you would really need to do. Ancient Horror is one of the first ones that come to mind, though. Ancient Horror, Dryad, stuff like that. One of the easier ways to do it is just literally type in the word summon. And just look at some of them that there are. Like Daemon, Beasts, Dragons. Because whatever one just happened like the more often, just upgrade those. Summoning is a pretty underutilized mechanic, though, in most battles. You use summoning a lot earlier on because you need them as meat shields. But the later you get into the game, the less you really utilize summoning for the most part. Because normally Hero is way tanky enough, especially as Elementalist hero class. With Barrier Brown and everything else that it has. Wow, what is our tribute today? We pulled a 37 into a 35. Where's our 38? Come on, we're so close. Our tributes are going insane today all of a sudden. Yeah, 37 into a 35. That is so good. No, I did forget to use it. No. We're going to have to go an extra 15 minutes then, probably. Because I want to try using all of these before I click claim all button. And that means, I guess technically we could do it tomorrow, but I might as well do it now. It's Vault Event weekend now. Okay. Let me just not forget to do it on this next time then. Let me go get our tally. What's our tally even at right now? We're at 209. Oh, that's good. Okay, we're on good track. Oh, that means we're going to have to verse grind for like 15 minutes. That's fine, though. That's not too big a deal. But that means at the end of the stream, I need a verse grind for 15 minutes. Because it looks like our Paloozas are going to be good enough. Also, wow, the Volkey did really good, though. Some of this was from grinding during the day. But that means we got 25 and 4. That's not bad at all. 25 and 4. Let's see, what are the actual numbers? 209. And what was the other one? 30 on the dot. Yeah, 25 and 4. Not bad. Actually really good. Though some of that does include some of the stuff we got from, like, Pity during the day. Though, once again, I don't think I got a single Epic Volkey from Pity. Though I do believe I got a Volkey or 2 from it, though. Alright, there we go. Alright, unless we got really unlucky, we should only need 3 more Paloozas. But I'm still going to have to throw 4 boosters, so that means one of the 4 will be 15 minutes of verse farming. Also, we'll hand out a code after this next one. Alright, let's go do it again. Alright, that's not the timer start. It's just our XP booster. Timer starts when Palooza goes. And let it begin. Alright, now we go. Alright, back to the grind. But yeah, we should only need to do 3 more Paloozas, then we'll do 15 minutes of verse farming. For the first time on stream this weekend. Though I've been doing it the last 3 days. This is one of those things I normally do off stream, but we'll do 15 minutes of it on stream, I guess. It just does stuff over and over again with one click. Oh yeah, Vault Beacons are insane for loot these days. They buffed them a couple years ago to be absurd. It's actually been nerfed 3 times since then, and is still like 20 times better than it was before they existed. Also, since then, for whatever reason, they've also buffed Vault Keys about 3 times. Which I always find rather ironic, because they nerfed Paloozas about 3 times, but they actually buffed Vault Keys around 3 times in that same time period. So they nerfed, like, how many verses you can get a couple times, and like some of the other loot. Though, oddly enough, they have never nerfed the frequency of Vault Keys, nor the loot of Vault Keys. It was always just everything else related to them, like how many verses you can get, and the other resources that you get being cut by like 1 billion. But the Volkey number that you get from Paloozas has never been tweaked. And the loot that you get within them has only been buffed 3 times since then. Which is something that I always found kind of weird. But it somewhat makes sense just because of how much they overtuned Paloozas. They heard they're adding immortal souls to gnomes. Could you imagine? It just gives 1 random immortal soul. Now, if they were ever to do that, they would make it drop burning marks. So you'd have to go through a chest system. They wouldn't just drop you the immortal souls. They would drop like 1 to 5 burning marks, and then those 1 to 5 burning marks would go into the burning chest, and then the burning chest would give you an RNG roll. They wouldn't just give you the immortal souls outright. You'd have to go through multiple layers. The burning gnome. Yeah, it's just a gnome that's set on fire. Dragor's response to you, that's funny. Actually, that's what I had the other week. I ended up having Taco Bell again. They kind of hooked me on the Lux Cravings box. It's actually a pretty good deal these days. Out of every meal deal that's running at a fast food place, it's my personal favorite. Like, if I'm going to go for a value meal at any place in current economy, It's the $7 box that Taco Bell has right now. There's one there, chalupas, a 2-layer taco, a 5-layer burrito, a small thing of chips with cheese, and a drink for $7. Which these days, not too bad. Because a lot of the $5 meal bags, or whatever those places call it, because they're all different, they have, like, so little food. Like, the portions on them are, like, microscopic. Like, you eat it, and it's like, okay, now where's my actual meal? Like, it barely even counts as a snack. I haven't ever gone to Subway in a long while. Haven't they increased their prices, like, absurdly? I never really fully understood Subway, because I feel like if I ever wanted something like that, I would just go to a local deli instead. It'd be about the same price, but better quality. Problem is, we don't have too many good delis in my area. In New Jersey, there's like a billion of them. My area is slightly deli-less. Not that there's none, it's just there's not as many. And the ones that are here aren't as good. Back in your day, it was a $5 box. One thing that's kind of funny is I actually never got the Taco Bell $5 value box back in the day. Which I just find kind of funny because when it was actually cheaper, I never got it. But now that all the prices are up on everything, it's like, yeah, $7 not too bad for it. Because where I used to live, there wasn't even a Taco Bell nearby. They didn't build a Taco Bell there until I moved away after college. So there wasn't a Taco Bell in my area for like 20 years. So I didn't really start eating any Taco Bell until like 22, 23. But really, I've only been eating Taco Bell for like 6 or 7 years. Like, there's been a few exceptions where I've had it. But there was never any close to where I used to live in New Jersey. And literally the second I left after college was when they built one. Like, literally, like, months later. It was also way better quality in the Taco Bell that's near me now. Honestly, all fast food places near me are such horrible quality. Not just because they're fast food, but just the service and everything. Though $7.25 minimum wage will do that. I'm pretty sure most of them are being paid slightly more than that, but not enough is how much they're being paid still. I don't think I ever see a not hiring sign on them. They just perpetually all have a not now hiring sign. Nearly every single one of them. I think the only time they tend to take it down is more towards like the early summer, when tourism is a bit higher, because it's a little bit of a bad look on the establishment if they always have now hiring signs. They also generally don't need to hire during that time because there's a lot of kids that have off that are free, cheap labor. Or not free, but, you know, cheaper labor. So they normally hire a bunch of them. Because they're at least $1 or $2 cheaper per hour. That's everywhere? I don't know. I haven't really seen that much of an issue with it in New Jersey. But New Jersey has, like, the highest population of any state, so that might be a bit of a difference. Like, if anything, New Jersey needs more jobs. Like, there's more population there than there are jobs. That's why a lot of people in New Jersey go for jobs in New York. As it pays slightly better, and there just isn't enough in New Jersey a lot of times. Yeah, New Jersey's population density is kind of insane. When I was back there the other month, like you really notice it. Especially compared to this area, which is like a lower end population, other than tourism. Like the most obscure things ever, you'll see like a billion people doing. Like fishing at some random dock that has a no fishing sign. And other things like that. Actually, I didn't bother taking a screenshot of that, but there was like 3 docks that I went down that when we were driving by some area, and every single one of them had like a no diving, no fishing, no crabbing, no loitering, no littering or whatever signs, like all those kind of things. And aside from diving, they were breaking like every single rule that was on the sign. It listed like 5 to 6 different things of not to do. And aside from no diving, they were doing literally every single one of them. But it was like so in the middle of nowhere that no police would probably ever bother going in that way because it's too far out of their way to bother. I just find it really funny. Though the police is not chill in New Jersey. They will, like, pull you over for anything. It's just they generally don't go too far out of their way. They only stay on, like, the major roads. Like Route 9 and stuff like that. Signs are more like just suggestions in rural areas. True. I don't know. That place isn't really that rural, but it was on a kind of a side road of a side road. It was like in the marshland. Actually, I went crabbing when I was in New Jersey too. At an actual legal spot. And we caught enough to make like 6 crab cakes or so. Caught nearly a dozen. We also caught what's it called? A turtle. We caught a snapping turtle. A very big snapping turtle. Actually, I still need to go get those pictures. I think I'll send them to Isabel later. And then grab them and put them on my computer. Because that's easier than doing Dropbox. Plus, I still wanted to show them to her, too. I never bothered. But also, so I could show it to you guys. Because I never showed you guys the turtle that we caught when we went crabbing. Also, I never actually took a picture of all the crabs, either. Which I probably should have. I took a picture of some of the crabs, but not the ones we caught. I took some picture of the smaller crabs. Because I was messing around with them. Because one really fun piece of entertainment when you're crabbing is there's a certain size that you legally have to catch up to. Because you aren't allowed to keep the females, and you aren't allowed to keep any that are too small. I can't remember the exact size that we had to catch up to, but I think it was like 18 inches or something. No, smaller than that. But maybe 8 inches? There's something with an 8 in it. But like there's a certain size that you had to catch bigger than. Anything else you had to toss back. But because a lot of them didn't want to go like back in immediately, you'll just have like a horde of small crabs just herding around you. And it's fun messing around with them. Because by the time you're done, you'll have like more crabs surrounding you than you've even caught in. That don't want to go immediately back into the water. Just a small little army of mini crabs. Just Photoshop in all the crabs. We're invading Key Lime's area with Crab Rave. Hey, what's he been up to lately? I haven't checked on his channel in like years. Because he stopped Gems of War in like, what, 2020, 2021 or something? I know he was doing some kind of D&D thing for some amount of time. Slacking and not streaming? I don't know, we're still going to be streaming a lot. If anything, we're almost going to still be streaming every day. It just won't be Gems of War every day. Like this Wednesday, we're going to be streaming probably RuneScape because I want to try finishing that game. Same as Palia. Tuesday and Thursday I won't be able to this week because I'll be a little bit busier. But Saturday we'll probably still be streaming something else too. Maybe we'll do Palia. So we'll do like RuneScape on Wednesday, Palia on Friday, Saturday probably. I think we're like 2 Palia streams away from finishing the game. Or, you know, quote-unquote finishing. You never finish an MMO. That's not a thing that happens. But as far as what I would qualify as, like, finished, we're like 2 streams away, I want to say. I'd still play it here and there if Cookie, Isabel, Genki, or anyone else wants to, like, meet up and do something. This is, like, a social thing. But as far as me, like, completing the game, I'm pretty sure we're, like, 2 streams off from doing so. Let's hello, Genki. Speaking of Genki. Lies, it's not even out of beta. I know that. It's still in beta. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why Brighter Shores is going to be a while, too. They're supposed to release it by next month, but they might delay it. Because I believe they're actually releasing in 1.0. They're not doing a beta or anything. Well, they are going to be doing a beta, but, you know, it'll be before launch. They're launching as 1.0. Oh, perfect. We got a Dragonite Gnome right on timer. Nice. I think that's the first one this weekend where we got exactly on time. So does this mean your streams will be 3 hours long on Sunday, Monday, and Fridays? Not exactly, but they will be longer, particularly Sunday streams. Monday stream will probably be the same length it always is. Friday will probably be slightly longer, and Sundays would probably be substantially longer. Because Sunday will be the whatever we slacked on throughout the entire week will be done on Sunday. So if we like mega slacked, which is probably going to be pretty common, we'll have to finish everything else then. Yeah, Brighter Shores is supposed to come out Q3. Which means end of September at this point. But we haven't really heard too much from it, so they might delay it a little. Because they have a pretty small dev team. I think it's less than like a dozen people even working on it. But they released their first MMO with like 3 people, so... they have like 3 times the team right now compared to before. Their first MMO was done with 3 people. So that was way back when. But it's still a pretty small dev team for an MMO. Like, really, really small. It's basically like indie devs at that point. Relative to how many you actually need for an MMO. They're probably going to hire more down the line, though. But I know the lead developer likes to do a lot of the things himself. Alright, we did that. We did that. Oh yeah, let me go update our number. 229. Okay, we did exactly 20. Perfect. Oh, what else do we need? We got 1 Epic Volkey. No, our Epic Volkey lock, it finally ended. Alright. So if we get lucky, we should only need 2 more Paloozas. Also, I think I said I would hand out a code after this last one. Let me go do that right now. We'll have 1 more code in a little bit. And we have about 2 more Paloozas we need to go to. Yep, the second code time I didn't forget. I got it. Don't be like the Tsundere dev. No, he's not that bad. No. He has been working on the game for like a decade, but that's a different type of decade. They're a different situation. They are not the same. But no, this other guy actually has a pretty good reputation. Alright, oh, we did that, we did that. I need to go use one of these boosters. There's the code. Thank you, whoever claimed it for us. I assume Isabel. Thank you, thank you. Wait, what word is that? Cynical? I don't know what that word even is. Unless you're trying to say something that YouTube won't censor. I'm gonna go use this booster. Alright, that's not the start of the timer yet. Oh, that's not where I want to be. Go back, go back, go back, go back. Go to games, go to Soulforge, go to Paloozas. And we got 2 more we need to go run. But that's not the end. I'm then going to do 15 minutes of verse farming. Because I forgot to use the XP booster on one of them. Am I making a what? Is that a shoot 'em up? I actually don't know what that stands for. No, if we were to ever make a game, it's definitely going to be turn-based. What angle of turn-based? I don't really know. Wouldn't that be funny if we made a match 3 game? No, I don't think I ever would. Though if we were to, it would definitely be more so in the style of Puzzle Quest 1. AKA actually good. No, Gems of War is actually good too. But I mean like a single player experience that's actually a good match 3 game. This is a lot of work if you want to work on RPG. RPGs are really big scope. That's a big issue I've had with a lot of the learning I've had so far with it, which is very minimal. It's way too over-scoping. I need something like super small. And as basic as some RPGs seem, there's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. I don't mind doing a lot of dialogue and stuff, but there's so much extra stuff you need to do beyond that with all the icons and everything else. Also, an RPG story can get really long. Like, it might not seem like that. Like, you look at Gems of War and you're like, okay, these stories are very short. They're like, you know, you just have like some back and forth dialogue and everything. There's over 100,000 words in Gems of War's dialogue. It doesn't seem like it. But an RPG just goes to like book level very quick. Like, you're basically making a game and writing a book if you're making an RPG. RPGs are so text heavy. Even ones that you don't think have a lot of text have probably way more text than you would ever imagine. Oh, shoot 'em up. Okay. Oh no, shoot 'em ups are kind of easy to code. Especially like generic space ones. Well, maybe not easy, but, you know. It's in the category of like easier to code. The absolute easiest would be like 2D platformer. I would never make a 2D platformer probably though. Unless it's just a project to just test stuff. Problem with a lot of 2D platformers is they're carried almost because they're so easy to code. They are carried entirely by character, storyline, and everything else, like interesting mechanics. And generally, you would want to be very artistic if you're going to bother with a 2D platformer. Because honestly, 80% of the work is probably graphics for a 2D platformer. Relative to how much easier it is to code. Have I ever played Hollow Knight? Yes. We streamed it about a year ago. We did it about a month after Genki. Which reminds me, I need to go catch Genki's playthrough. One of the reasons I actually wanted to play through it so is I could go watch Genki's playthrough and then never did. I need to go do that. Because I saw Genki was doing it and I was like, oh, I don't want to be spoiled about the storyline and everything. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'll go finally play it. It's in my Steam library anyways. Then I did. But then after I did, I never watched her playthrough. I meant to. That was like the whole reason why I even played it. So I could watch Genki's playthrough without being spoiled. Because I wanted to play it before I, you know, looked up any spoilers for the game. But then proceeded to never actually watch her series. I need to at some point. Technically, I haven't gotten all endings. I only got the basic ending so far, though. That and whatever the ending it would be called for killing the super hard boss. Which I didn't even realize was the super hard boss. It was definitely decently challenging. I feel like they could have gone harder. It's definitely no Sans Undertale. It's still pretty good, though. They wouldn't put it in, like, the top 10 most memorable hard bosses in a game. Did I fight Radiance? I don't think I did. I fought whatever you get for normal ending, and I fought the Grim, whatever he's called. The hard version of Grim, whatever. The one that's in the circus thingy. Yeah, it's on the list of things we should probably revisit and still haven't yet. Now, this is getting very long. After we finish our MMO arc, well, maybe not finish, because once we do Brighter Shores, we're never finishing. But once we finish our current MMO arc, which is Palia plus RuneScape, we need to go on like a revisit tour. Of like the few dozen games I've been meaning to revisit for a while. Everything from Fall Guys to Puzzle Quest 3 to Dave the Diver, Hollow Knight, Bug Fables. There's probably like 20 more I'm forgetting. All games that have gotten updated or I technically didn't like finish. Where I hit one ending but not the like the true ending. You know what game we didn't do that for either, though I don't want to go through like another 40-50 hour playthrough? Triangle Strategy. I only ever did one playthrough of Triangle Strategy. That game honestly was pretty good. I feel like the game was really, really underrated. It had like a few like super generic-y RPG tropes, but the overall vibe of that game was so good. I'm pretty sure that game performed pretty poorly too. But honestly, it felt really comparable to like the feeling I've had with Three Houses. The Three Houses production value was a bit better. It's the closest game I've seen in that genre since Three Houses. Fire Emblem Three Houses, that is. Also, I feel like none of the Fire Emblem games have been good since then. We did do that one spin-off, but the other mainline one just didn't seem that interesting. Hopefully the first Fire Emblem game that comes on the Switch 2 is good. Hopefully better than Three Houses good somehow. Good night, Doug. DM Smith. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. OG Darkest Dungeon, hardest difficulty, and with all the DLC. We actually did that already. We actually did that before Darkest Dungeon 2. I don't think we finished everything, but I'm pretty sure we did most everything. But yeah, I literally did that before we did Darkest Dungeon 2. We never, like, fully finished it, but we did do it. No mods, all DLC. On hardest difficulty. I know we got the main ending on it. I don't think I went fully through the Crimson Court. I don't think I fully went through the blue area, whatever that's called. The color blue, or whatever it's called. Something. I forget its name. But otherwise, as far as like the main content of hardest mode, we did complete it. Yeah, Color of Madness. Honestly, Color of Madness was a really good endless mode. Color of Madness was so much fun. I much preferred it over Crimson Court. It's still kind of disappointing how bad Darkest Dungeon 2 was compared to Darkest Dungeon 1, though. Oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was great. I do prefer the gameplay of 2, but the storyline of 3 was amazing. There are a few moments I feel like were insanely good storyline-wise in the second one. But 3 definitely hit a lot harder in all of its story beats. 3 was also, like, consistently at you with its story. Whereas 2 only really ramped up near the end. It's like they just did filler content the rest of the time, and it's like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be running, we need to end this RPG somehow. We should probably ramp it up in Climax already. Whereas Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was like, Climax. Especially Chapter 5. You know what happened in Chapter 5. I think that's the right chapter. It was either Chapter 5 or 6. But things really go down in 5, and then it just keeps going up from there. Like, that game never let up with its story. Oh yeah, Legends Arceus was a ton of fun. Legends Arceus gameplay loop was so addictive. It's basically what made me fall back in love with Pokemon and with shiny hunting. But then after playing the rest of the Pokemon games, I realized that they peaked at Legends Arceus, and then I was disappointed. When I first played Legends Arceus, because that was the first Pokemon game I played in like 10, 15 years, I was like, wow, Pokemon's doing amazing. Well, not counting Sword and Shield. But when I played that, I was like, wow, Pokemon's like really good these days. And then I played a few of the other mainline games, and I'm like, wow, Pokemon hasn't changed at all. I really hope Legends ZA is really good. If it isn't, I'm like done with Pokemon for the next decade. I'm going back to not playing it for 10 years again. Their last chance to hook me is Legends ZA. All they have to do is just take Legends Arceus and not make it worse. As long as they do that, it should be good. They'll find a way to ruin it, though. That's like my last hope for Pokemon. Did I play the Future Redeem DLC for what game? Probably not, because I'm not even sure what what game that is for. Oh, for Xenoblade Chronicle 3? No. If that's for Xenoblade Chronicle 3, I have actually not touched any of the DLC. I don't even own it. I think it's like $30 or something. But yeah, I have not played any of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 DLC. Maybe we'll need to revisit that at some point. There's like $30 though. So hopefully it goes on sale at some point. At this point, I'm pretty sure they have like 50% off sales on it occasionally. I'll just need to snipe it at some point and then do it. Just to save a bit. Because I'm not in a rush to get around to it. Honestly, I kind of want to stream all of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at some point. Now that we've done 3. Also, I've never played the first one, so maybe we'll revisit 1 as well. Or go to 1 for the first time. I don't know, the problem with 1's gameplay is it doesn't look interesting to me, though. 2's gameplay was the best. 3 was good, but not as good as 3. But 1 just looks really basic. Like, they did something really experimental, but they didn't, like, fully flesh it out. They didn't fully flesh it out in 2. And then in 3, they were like, we should throw a different gimmick in there instead. But 2 still has my favorite combat system. I've heard the storyline for 1 is really good as well. But I've just never given it a chance. I wouldn't know because I don't want to see it because of spoilers. So I've never actually seen the storyline for 1. I have heard it's good, but the gameplay just doesn't look like it's for me, though. 2's gameplay was the best, but the story was more average, but it did have a few really good moments. And 3, honestly, was just good all around, though the gameplay was slightly worse than 2 for me, personally. But storyline was definitely the best of the 3. Well, this 1 is amazing, but I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. Yeah, it's on the list of things we eventually need to do. I really want another turn-based strategy that's really hard, though. Hey, a Mimic. Because honestly, the last time I've played a turn-based game that I feel like really hooked me, well, other than Gems of War, I mean in recent years, is when we tried Slay the Spire a couple years ago. Slay the Spire 2, I believe, does come out next year. But I haven't really found something to the same scope as Slay the Spire. A lot of Slay the Spire ripoffs don't quite get the same vibe. And other games just haven't been quite the same either. All they have to do is not be worse than Darkest Dungeon 2. You got this. The sequel does look a lot more true to form, though, which is good. Yeah, let's go update our number. And we have one more Palooza, and then we'll probably still throw another 15 minutes of just normal verse farming. Alright, okay, we did good. Actually, are we already there? No, we can't be. There's no way we have enough pity. What's our other number at? Where'd it go? We're at, 3954. Okay, nice. That's pretty good. And then, 12. Alright, one more Palooza! And it should bring us there. What's our pity at right now? Even if we do really bad, we have 36 keys. 36 into 51. Yeah, we're currently at 287. So as long as we somehow don't get like... somehow get less than 12 keys, because counting pity. We'd have to get like 11 keys or less for this to not be enough. So yeah, we should be in the clear. Alright, let's go do it. The final Palooza. Then we'll go probably hand out one last code, and then we'll just verse farm for like 15 minutes because I forgot to use the booster earlier. Alright, timer's going. Alright, this will be the final Palooza we run. Oh no, I forgot! We still have a Mimic! No, I forgot the Mimic! Yeah, we'll definitely try Xenoblade Chronicles 1 at some point. And at this point, I guess we'll play them all in reverse order. So since we played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we'll probably do 2 next. And then eventually do 1. Also, I do own the DLC for 2. I don't think I've ever done the DLC for 2, though. I don't currently own it for 3, and maybe we'll revisit that at some point. And I haven't touched anything with 1. Didn't they make an HD remake of it a couple years ago? They did around the time when they did 3, I think. But I never got around to it. Mostly because I just figured I'd try the new game rather than the old one. Actually, someone donated it to us. I actually forgot who it was. But someone wanted to see us play Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they actually donated it to us. We actually didn't even pay for 3. Which is kind of funny, because someone actually gifted me 2 as well. So I've technically only paid for the DLC for 2. Because one of my friends gave me 2, because they had a spare copy of it, because they got a some kind of collector bundle thingy. And they had a spare code they didn't need. So they gave me that. Someone from this channel gave us 3. I cannot remember who it is, sorry. But thanks a ton. But yeah, then we just need to go get 1. I actually forget who gifted that us here on the channel. Someone did. I want to say it's Maximus? But I feel like it was Maximus. I cannot remember off the top of my head. The DLC for 3 is actually a prequel to 3? Is it really? Oh. Maybe if we're doing it chronologically, we should do that first then. If we're doing reverse chronologically. It's kind of funny because when I did Breath of the Wild, even though they all 3 of them technically take place in different timelines in a sense, we actually did it in chronological order for Breath of the Wild. Because chronologically, even though they all took place in like different universes or whatever you want to call it, there's like a whole timeline split thing. But chronologically, the first game was Age of Calamity. Then it was Breath of the Wild. Then it was Tears of the Kingdom. And that's the exact order that we played them in. Obviously, most people did it in the order of Breath of the Wild, then Age of Calamity, then Tears of the Kingdom. But we were one of the few people who actually did Age of Calamity first before Breath of the Wild. Which is chronologically correct. But not the order that they released in. Yeah, Age of Calamity isn't technically canon, though. But it's still a thing. But Breath of the Wild 2, what's it called? I believe it's still a timeline split, so... Even though both of them are canon, they're not canon to each other, if that makes sense. Or well, at least one of them is, but they're probably going to do another game in the future that like breaks the timeline from the other one. As they tend to do with games. I have no clue what the Zelda timeline even is these days. It's a mess. It is a mangled mess. Because initially, I don't think they ever really planned to have a timeline. But then Ocarina of Time just kind of broke everything. Honestly, Ocarina of Time to this day, I would still say is like one of the best Nintendo games ever. It's definitely top 10 of like the entire history of Nintendo. But gosh, did it like destroy every means of timeline that you could possibly explain the storyline of that game for? Like in hindsight, they should have never made that game. If they wanted to make a coherent storyline. Oh yeah, Three Hopes was decent. I didn't like it as much as Age of Calamity, but it was fun. I do feel like the two things that it was based off of, or, you know, the other two things were just better, though. Like, Age of Calamity I personally had more fun with, and on the Fire Emblem side, Three Houses was definitely better. It wasn't a bad game, though. I just couldn't get as invested in it. It was still good. I'm trying to think, what is the last Nintendo game that really got us? Thousand Year Door doesn't count. That was like a decade ago, technically. Actually, 20 years ago, technically. That was just a remake of it. I'm trying to think. What was the last Nintendo game that wasn't horrible? I wouldn't say horrible, but that like was like I found really, really, really good. Is it really Age of Calamity? It honestly might be. What Nintendo game have I played since Age of Calamity that I really absurdly enjoyed? Because I can't think of a single one. Thousand Year Door doesn't count because that's a 20-year-old game. You were too stupid to play Wind Waker? Honestly, I was 2 when I was a kid. So we were in the same boat. I never completed Wind Waker when I had it as a kid. Because I just couldn't understand the whole boat mechanic and everything else. I even got stuck in one of those starting volcanoes for a very long time. Because I didn't realize you could, like, throw objects at other objects. Which was needed to get, like, one of the doors destroyed. Because you couldn't use your sword or whatever. Because I think you didn't have a sword at the time or something. But yeah, I never finished that game to this day. I have seen its ending and everything. But when I was a kid, I could never figure out how to finish that game. Wind Waker, that is. And I never played the remake. I just watched one of the bigger content creators that now kind of doesn't exist anymore. Which he was actually one of the people that kind of inspired me to start streaming. Or I should say she. He's technically a she now. But that's like a whole story. Cosmo Wright, who I think is now called Narcissio Wright. It was one of the few people who I watched around the time before I started streaming or had a YouTube channel. I was like, I kind of want to start streaming and make a YouTube channel now. They were actually one of the few inspirations for what actually made me start. There was one Warcraft 3 creator, I think called Witty, who I think still does Warcraft 3 to this day. It was Witty, Cosmo Wright, who's now known as Narcissio Wright, and I guess my partner at the time, technically, to some degree. But, yeah, I would say those two were, like, the main ones that actually convinced me to start a channel, like, nearly a decade ago. Or it was more so 8 years ago. I guess I technically posted some videos here and there, like, a decade ago. It wasn't until, like, 8 years ago that we really started the channel, or 8.5. Yeah, technically, the 10-year anniversary of the channel is in 2 months from now. We didn't actually start posting really anything around then, but as far as what YouTube says is our starting time, I was originally going to start it in college, like as soon as I got out of high school, which would have been 2013. I didn't bother making a channel until a year later, and I didn't start taking it seriously until like after college, or like the last year of college. You got 1 verse 1? Nice, huge. Hey, 4 Sonomes. What if the anniversary doesn't fall on Sunday? We'll still stream it. Obviously, anything bigger for Gems of War will still be streaming. Like, the Sunday, Monday, and Fridays are just our scheduled streams. That doesn't mean we won't be streaming on other days Gems of War. It's just those are the only scheduled Gems of War streams we're going to have. We're still going to pop in occasionally here and there. Especially when there's something relevant, like a patch or, you know, anything like that. But those are just strictly the ones that we do every single week. We're just cutting back the mandatory streams per week, essentially. Well, you know, not mandatory, but you know what I mean. Like, the scheduled streams are just being cut back. But it doesn't mean we won't be streaming on other days. And it might not always be Gems of War, but I might still throw it here and there. If there's enough relevant stuff to do on a given week, we will. Which are like patch weeks or any kind of week that there's like a ton going on. Which isn't too often these days, but you know, there are weeks like that. Also, I am still keeping the promise that we will do a 12-hour stream if they ever make treasure maps viable. It was a joke a while back. That is very much not a joke. If they finally make treasure hunts viable, I will do a 12-hour treasure map stream where we do nothing but treasure map. Well, and maybe the dailies if we didn't already do it that day. But the rest of the time will just be nothing but treasure map the day they finally make treasure maps viable again. But they have to actually be viable. They can't just do a change like Arena and pretend that they fixed it and then didn't. It has to be an actual fix to treasure maps. It can't just be like an Arena fix. Because I actually do enjoy treasure maps. They're just pointless to do in the current state of the game. They don't give any new currency. You get no XP for doing them. They didn't really scale that well when they added the 4x speed ages back. They have a lot of issues that haven't been addressed in, like, 8 years. And they were going to do it around the time of the Arena rework, but then they did them separately. Because originally the patch was going to be a treasure hunt rework and an Arena rework in the same update. But then they only did the Arena rework, but then never got around to doing the treasure hunt rework. Which obviously to this day still needs a rework. Did we ever hand out the third redeem code? I don't think we have. Hey, there it is. Isabel's on it. Thank you. We'll hand one out as long as we're at 300 volt keys here. Because that will be objective completed in 3 minutes. Or 2 minutes actually. Well, 2.5. Whatever number you want to say. When that time hits 15. But yeah, there should be 300 volt keys, so objective complete. And in the final 15 minutes, we'll just go do some verse farming, I guess. I meant to throw that XP booster during the other thing, but we're going to have to do it sometime tonight, so might as well just do it now. I'm not going to do it with a Palooza, though. We'll just do it with verse farming. Since we'll already have met our goal. Hopefully we can get at least a verse 3 during that time. But our verse 3 luck yesterday was so horrible, so hopefully we can make up a little bit more today. Because the goal was to hit like 20, and because yesterday we somehow got 0, despite doing enough grind to get 5, we are down by 5. Because the amount of time I allocated for yesterday assumed I would get the same amount I did the other 2 days. And we did not. We somehow got 0. One of those RNG thing that's kind of annoying with Vault Event weekends is the amount of time you allocate is not consistent in how much loot you're going to get. When you're opening Paloozas, it's pretty consistent for the most part. But actual verse farming has so much like, the range that you can get is just so crazy. Because you're working with such a smaller number. And you can get RNG'd very heavily when you're trying to get verses. It's just so demotivating when you do like 3-4 hours and get 0 of the verse you need. And then it's like, I might as well just stop grinding now. It's not the day. It wouldn't be that bad if Paloozas weren't just so absurd in loot. Also, I somehow cut my... not my thumb. My thumb, yeah, that's the word. I somehow cut my thumb. And I have no clue from what. It's like a paper cut, cut, but I haven't touched anything paper. Oh, nice. Double Soul Gnome, double Glory Gnome. And fun fact, most people stop grinding verses before they get what they need. Yeah, the whole gambler fallacy. Very much. Hey, Volky. Oh gosh, we low rolled everything else though, unfortunate. Alright, final tally should be pretty much guaranteed. We have 38 pity. It says 39, but one's the XP booster. 38 into whatever this number is. We did it! Yay! Alright, that is how many keys? We did 315 Volt keys. Nice. How many epics? Epics are... We started at 5. So we were at 30... Wow, 38. Math? Yeah, 38. We did really good on epic Volt keys for once. Like, we got as many epic Volt keys as we got pity. That is really high. And 13. Actually, I don't think that's ever happened to us, has it? Has our epic Volt key number ever been the same as our pity? I don't think it ever has. Normally, your pity would be way higher. Well, unless you go, like, super crazy high, in which case it would go the other way around. But at the mid-range that we do, it's very rare for this to ever happen. How many should we have? I should have exactly 31 epic Volt keys. And I believe I've gotten 0 from Angels this weekend. Which means we got 7 excess epic Volt keys relative to how many we should have gotten this weekend. So we did absurdly good on epic Volt keys. Because the way to tell is for every 9 Volt keys you have, not counting pity, you should have 1 epic. So you basically just do 9 to 1. And 9 into 277 rounded up is 31. So, technically 30 point something something. But, yeah, so we got 7 more epic Volt keys than we should have. Technically 7 point something something. Yeah, nice. Oh, there we go. Palooza completed. Now, we're not done. One last thing before we end. Well, for one, I didn't hand out a code yet, did I? Let me go do code. Let me go do the Mimic. And then let's go do 15 minutes of just verse farming, I guess. I meant to do this booster during one of the Paloozas, but I forgot to use it on the first one. So we'll just do it now with some verse farming, I guess. But there you guys go. The final code. Alright, let me go take this Mimic. And after Mimic, let's do some verse farming here. Oh, what am I looking for? I guess the stock shotgun build is fine. Not that one. Stellarex, I mean. Yeah, there you guys go. Enjoy. And then hopefully we'll get something from the Mimic here. And then we'll go grind this place for all of our verses. As we normally do. Yeah, we didn't actually verse farm any on stream this weekend. Obviously off stream we've been, but... I normally try to save Paloozas for the stream because I personally feel like they're slightly more interesting, but... I don't know, verse farming can be interesting, I guess. It's pretty similar, it's just spam Dust Devil team. Alright, let's go use the booster. Oh, thanks for redeeming the code. Alright, let's go use our final booster. And I'll start the timer here, since we're not doing a verse. Alright, and yeah, let's go do it. We'll use standard verse, or Dust Devil quick kill team. Which is just one Ironhawk or Dust Devil all the way in back. I normally have it in back for whenever I do it on mobile. It is actually better to have it in first slot. But it's slightly easier to quick, even on PC I guess too. But I have it mostly for mobile. As I personally find it substantially easier to click when it's all the way down here compared to all the way at the top. But it is slightly quicker to kill the excess when you have Dust Devil up front, but it's not that big a deal. Yeah, we'll do this for 15 minutes then. And then we'll call it there. So any other questions? Anything guys you want me to go over, let me know. And after that 15-minute timer, that'll probably be the last of the Volt grind we get in tonight. Because I'll probably grab a bite to eat and then a nap after this. Because we'll record the video in 5 hours for the weekly video. But yeah, the weekly video will not have teams, by the way. I know this might be a slightly controversial decision, potentially, for some people. But Monday videos will no longer initially include teams. But they will be included during the Monday night stream, and then copy-pasted with their names, which I will start adding their names to now. So that's easy for people that can't just copy-paste. So you'll actually still see what they are, word-wise, just not image-wise. and you'll still have the copy paste code, but they'll be added after the Monday night stream to the Monday video. But the Monday video should, unless I'm busy with something, should be up within 1 hour of reset normally, like an hour or two. With the only exception being if I crash, in which case it should hopefully be up by noon. So the schedule stream is because of Palia? No. It's more so just to focus on other things. If anything, initially it'll probably be for RuneScape, because I want to finish that game before Brighter Shores, and it'll be because of Brighter Shores. RuneScape and Palia are in the same genre. Finally! Actually, no, today's the day we got plenty of verse 3s. That would only be a finally if it was yesterday. Because I think this is our 6th verse 3 today. So not really a finally moment. But hey, another one for the pile. I need 4 more and we'll be at what we wanted to get to. Which was 20. Because I think we started at 18. Which means I'm still 2 down right now because I think we're at 16 right now. So I actually still need 2 verse 3s to even break even. Otherwise we lost verse 3s this weekend. But no, I'm pretty much done with Palia. Unless Isabel or anyone else wants to like group up for just messing around with stuff in the future. But in 2 more weeks, I'm pretty sure we'll be like done with Palia for a while. Or at least until more updates come around. Or just playing it socially here and there. But no, I've been meaning to complete out Old School RuneScape for a while now. We could have technically completed it like 5 months ago. Maybe even 6 months ago. But the main thing that's been keeping me from doing so is everything I have left to train is non-AFKable. And I was waiting for them to release content, but they keep delaying the content that I was going to do them for. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to just do it now. I'm not going to bother waiting a few more months. Like, one thing I was waiting on was supposed to come in March, then it got delayed to summer, then it got delayed till fall. It will still happen this year, but gosh, did they delay it a billion times? I really hope Brighter Shores doesn't get, like, delayed held as well. I really hope at the latest it'll be October. It's supposed to be sometime in September, but no official word yet. I don't know, the main thing that really caught me with that game is it really feels like it's going to get like that old school RPG vibe. And that's one of the reasons I even like old school RuneScape to begin with. Like, it's like a modernized version of, like, the older style of RPGs. In an MMO format. Because I feel like a lot of other MMOs, they try to modernize too much. It's one thing that really hurt normal World of Warcraft. And Final Fantasy 14 or whatever it's called, whatever the MMO one is. I feel like has done that to quite a degree as well. As well as a lot of newer MMOs. They feel like they always need to be, like, this flashy new thing. I don't know, just going back to the classics just works. Just polish what worked like 20 years ago. And boom, you got yourself a MMO. Also, I'm definitely in focus mode right now. Whenever we go quiet. Oh yeah, that's gotta be something else that's gonna be weird. One kind of funny thing about this channel is I'm generally a very antisocial person. And before this YouTube channel, I could go like weeks, months, almost years without ever talking. One thing that's gonna be kind of funny is now there'll be days where I don't say a single word going forward. That's gonna be nice. I can actually not say a single word some days now. I forgot, I missed that. I will be able to not say a single word some days. Because one thing with streaming every single day for like the last 8 years of Gems of War is, you know, we had to talk every day. But now there'll be potentially up to 4 days a week where we don't need to say a single thing ever. We probably still will here and there though. Tazid the Hermit. Nope, definitely Brighter Shores. You called it. Wait, what did you call? I'm not sure the context that you're mentioning that for. But yeah, hopefully I can get you addicted to it. Because I know I will be. How many people will join us, I'm not sure. Join us at Brighter Shores. It's definitely not a game for everyone, though. But it's pretty close, from what I can tell, to what will almost be like my ideal MMO. And I'm very confident with the developer that's working on it to not ruin it. On how much I'll stream it? Oh yeah, I plan to stream it a lot. Also, now that we're cutting back on Gems of War a little bit, I'll probably be streaming RuneScape a little bit more. Mostly until we do the final push to finish maxing. Because it's just something I've been putting off for several months now. And we can easily finish it in like 10 streams. The 10 days of maxing. Every stream will gain 1 level, that's the game plan. It won't be consecutively 10 days, but 10 days of streaming, we will finish Old School RuneScape. And in 2 more streams, we'll probably finish Palia. And then that will be all uncompleted games finished. It'll feel nice to be completed again. I just hope it's not really clunky to play. I feel like people's biggest complaint, which personally isn't a downside for me, but I could see it turning off a lot of people, is it looks like a lot of the room sizes are going to be very, very, very small. So if you're not used to that style of game, it might feel really claustrophobic. But that's probably the biggest complaint visually for the game that I've seen. Though personally, it doesn't faze me at all. Because I actually don't mind it. It just seems like more of an artistic choice than anything. It also helps a lot with performance. So you don't have to constantly be going through as many loading screens. Because there's so much less that it has to load in at any given time. Until you drag you back to what, Palia? Or Gems of War? Because we're not leaving Gems of War. Does he mean drag us back to Palia, in which case, yeah. I don't know, are you guys that invested in Palia? Because while I have enjoyed Palia, I don't feel like I'm like ultra invested in Palia. Like if I stopped playing it completely, like I wouldn't care that much. Like it hasn't like hooked me. Like, I've enjoyed my time with it, but it hasn't hooked me. I'm also looking forward to Rivals 2. Oh yeah, I played some Rivals 1 with friends at one point. I never actually did bother buying that game. There are a couple of games that were launched in the Smash spin-off games. I've tried a couple of them, but not that many. I've just never really had much of a need to play like an alternative Smash when Smash exists. Because the Smash games are actually pretty good. Particularly the GameCube one and the most recent one on Switch. Though I even still played the original N64 one. Though the N64 one feels a lot more like a demo. The GameCube one feels like the first full version of the game. The Wii one was... eh. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great. But its storyline was pretty cool. It actually had a storyline for once. It was like the first time they tried introducing a storyline in one, and I feel like it worked out really well. The Wii U version of one I never played, so I don't really have an opinion on it. And the Switch one was the best. But a lot of people still like the GameCube one more. But the GameCube one was like the first fully finished Smash game. Which is why I think a lot of people still enjoy it so much. It also has a lot of mechanical depth, where some of the more recent ones have kind of lost. Just from how many characters exist. Now that everyone is here. Will I be voting for PvP today? No, I haven't voted for PvP for the last few weeks for Gems of War. Mostly because, like, actual voting, our vote doesn't matter. It's like actual democracy. But no, our single vote will have basically no impact on the actual results. It's too real to real life. The few times I have voted in real life, I actually have a 100% rate of whoever I voted for not winning. Should I just start voting for who I want to lose? Because I quite literally have a 100% lose rate for voting in real life. I've never once voted for anyone who has made it in. Ever. Oh wait, why am I waiting? I'm like waiting for the timer as if we're in a Palooza. I forgot, we're doing an XP booster. That's funny. I was waiting out the timer as if it was Palooza. But then I remembered, wait, if I wait out timer, I won't get the XP. Because XP is based on if it's active at the end of battle. So if you wait out the timer, you're actually not going to get the booster. Oh, there we go. And now we might as well claim they have 38 Epic Vault Key to get our final tally. And our final tally is 315, which we already know. We said that earlier. Obviously, all you have to do is add the two numbers. There we go. But yeah, 315 Vault Keys and 38 Epics is essentially our final. Not bad. Pretty standard week. Where's your last Valhawk? Wait, did we not get it? No, we got it. Alright, let's see. Did anyone pass this in PvP, though? Is the question. No, we're solid. Alright, anyways, guys, I think that'll wrap it up for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Though then we're finally going to have a few days where we don't do Gems of War streams. It'll feel really weird Tuesday night when we don't do it. It's going to feel so weird. I'll have a Tuesday video going up sometime midday, hopefully, explaining everything again. As well as the new schedule and everything. But yeah, Tuesday will be the first day that we won't be streaming. But we will still be streaming tomorrow. It's Sundays, Mondays, and Fridays for Gems of War. So still have our normal Monday stream tomorrow night. Go over all the weekly stuff, you know, all the stuff we normally do. Go over all the teams. Copy-paste all the teams into the description as well as in the video. And I'll also have the text version for people who can't copy-paste them, so it'll be easier to tell what the team is. Because that was probably one of the biggest feedbacks I had on it from last time, so we'll make sure to also include the text version of what the team is. So for example, if a team is something like, I don't know, like let's say this one. We'd say Daughter of Ice, Moon Shard, Moon Feather, and Immortal Glacia. So even if you can't copy paste this code, you'll still understand what this means, since I will have the text version of what the things are. As well as hero class, I guess, included as well, and the banner maybe. Maybe just hero class. Banner's a little overkill. Banner's generally pretty obvious for most teams, I feel. Just kind of an updated video I kind of want to do at some point. Like a guide on how to set banners. We've done it in the past, but I kind of want to make an updated one. Because it's been a while. So maybe I should wait until they unbuff the broken banner. Because they still have +3, +2 on that one. Oh wait, did they refix it? No, that's not the right one. Wait, where is it? Where's the super broken banner? Oh wait, I just passed it. Wait. There it is. Yeah, it is still +3, +2. Oh gosh, this banner. It launched as +2, +2. Then got nerfed to what it logically would be, +2, +1. And now it's +3, +2. This banner just does not know how to behave. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's been everything from +4 total to +3 total to +5 total. So a whole range of 3 to 5. It just does not know what it wants to do. Other than be the weirdest banner in the game. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.